So if you're like me, you probably love seeing team-ups in the MCU. It doesn't matter if it's on the movie side, which of course has been great, and it's only going to get better and better as the acquisition of Fox by Disney is nearing a completion, or at least it will be complete by the end of summer next year. So obviously there's going to be a lot of team-ups in the MCU, obviously there's going to be TV team-ups that keep on happening, so we're just going to have to keep on waiting. But one thing that was recently teased by Kevin Feige, the man in charge of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, when he was specifically asked about the idea of team-ups and where Marvel would take their films, he said, and I quote, "I think it'll have the same variety that the first 3 phases have had. I think Ragnarok is a great example of a team-up. Not just Hulk and Thor, but Loki and Korg, and Hela, and Valkyrie. But there are a lot of great characters we want to bring to the screen. Not all of them will have their own movies. Not all of them can have sequels, for one reason or another, Hulk being the most apparent. So putting them in other movies was sort of the experiment for us with Ragnarok, and Strange shows up briefly in Ragnarok. So you have to kind of read between the lines a little bit of what he's saying is, and he's kind of now very much reiterating what they have said a few years ago, specifically when The Winter Soldier came out. They said, we're going to try to do more team-ups because some of these characters can get films, and some of them, it's going to take too long to get their next movie out, like Doctor Strange, for example. If you have to wait the time between Doctor Strange 1 and 2 to next time you see him, that's going to be like, what, 5 years between movies? That's too long. So what he's saying is, just like you saw in Ragnarok, where a character who has his own franchise can show up, that's their aim from now on, is to try to do the same thing. Put these characters into other movies where they feel natural, so you can get these team-ups, and they're almost smaller scale Avengers movies before they get to the bigger ones. And honestly, I really like this idea. You know, you see Iron Man, he has a brief appearance and I would say a pretty awesome sequence that he's in Spider-Man Homecoming. Doctor Strange's scenes were awesome in Ragnarok. Hulk is a supporting character, so that's all great, and I think definitely what he's saying is, look, you're going to see more and more of this, so don't be surprised when we announce, hey, look, this movie's going to have Hulk, or this movie's going to have Nova or someone that shows up in it first, because that's what they need to do to make sure these characters get around in plenty of places and you keep up with them.